In this video, we're talking about CSS Layout Overflow. Okay, so to do that, we start by creating our HTML structure. Okay, then inside our HTML structure, I want to add I want to create a div. To create a div, inside this is our div. I'll add some paragraph inside. Okay, let me say something like let me use about 4 paragraphs, or let's say 3. Say the P1, let me use P. Let me give it a random word of 50 random words. 50. Okay. Let me refresh. Okay. Then let me also give it another one. Let me say, okay, let me use header 2. H2. Okay, and give it a random word of say 40. 40 random words. Okay. This is what I want. Okay, so this is all I need inside HTML for now. Then another thing I will do, because I will using external CSS for the styling, I will link the external CSS to this HTML by doing link, then put the location of my the name of the name of my file, or the location of the name of my file in the href. So to easily do that, dot slash not this one, yeah, dot slash css file css dot start.css. No, it's now linked, so I will now reduce the stream of my HTML. So inside our CSS, we'll be using element selector, because we'll be using element selector for div, because we're mainly targeting div. The text is just for illustration, but our main concern here is div, to illustrate this CSS layout overflow. Okay, so do that, I will say div, I'll call div elements, then give it open a declaration block. Inside the declaration block, I will say, let me give it a width first. Let me say width, then inside the width, let me say something like 300, let me say 400 pixels. Okay, then giving it a height of, let me say 400 by 400, and see how it will look like. 400 by 400 pixels. Okay, let me refresh and see what happens. Okay, it will not show anything until I add background color or border. So let me add border to it, so it will be visible in the screen. Let me say border, not double O, border. Yeah, border. Let me give it a border of let me say 1 em, 1 em solid, 1 em solid. Let me see how it looks. Yeah, I think it makes a little bit sense now. This 1 em seems to be a little bit big. Let me make it 0.6 and see how it looks like. I think it's much better this way. Let's leave it like this. Or let me even use insets, so the border will look more nice. Let me use insets. uh it looks nice, but how about outset? Because this one is over transparent. Let me use outset and see how it looks like. Let me use solid. No need of, let me just use solid. Let me leave it as solid. Solid is more okay, more bold for illustration. Okay, now we're talking about what is it called? We're talking about overflow. Okay, so I want to do something now. You see how this thing fitted um inside this box, okay, because of the div. So if I use overflow now, overflow property, so I'll say overflow. Let me say overflow. Then you give it you can use X or Y. Let's start with X, overflow X. Okay, inside overflow X, let me say let me just use the value of visible. Say visible. Okay, so now let me increase the text and see what will happen. Let me widen this. This is supposed to, okay, I want it to overflow outside, so it can overflow outside this place. Okay, so let me see whether if I let me reduce the box and see what happens. Okay, yes, this was exactly what I want. So I will now, in this case, what I will now do, I will still leave it. Let me close this. Let me return. Let me make this to let me say, let me just make it, let me say 200 and see what it will look like. 200, you can see how it's overflowing. Okay, it's dropping outside the box. The text is dropping outside the box. Okay, it's dropping outside the box. Okay, let me do another thing. Let me see. Why is that? Thought this is supposed to go this side. Why is it coming down? What I want is x axis. Let me see. Let me do y. Let me see what y axis will give me. Still the same. Is it because of the screen or what? Or is it because of lapping? Let me say x. Okay, still giving me the same thing. Still giving me the same thing. What if I reduce? I think it will affect the height. Let me say some. Let me say 200 here. Let me say 200. Let me say 200 here as well. Okay, it's giving me 200, but I want in a way that the text will come outside this box and go this way, so I can easily illustrate this. Let me see whether if I close this overflow, what will happen. Still doesn't give me what I want. Let me comment it and see. Control backward slash. Okay. It seems like from my browser, I don't know, because I want text to come inside this place. Just keep on going to go beyond this border, but it's going only beyond the button. Okay, in other words, what I will now do is let me proceed with what I need, not consume time here. Okay, let me not waste time here. So what I want to illustrate is that this is overflow now. This text, the border is there, but the text overflow outside the box. Okay, so I want to so let me change the value here. Let me change the overflow value. If I change this to overflow value now, let me make it hidden, so you understand what I mean by this overflow. So let me say hidden. Let me use hidden value. Okay, you can see the text below this border is now hidden. Every text that is within the border is what is displaying. Okay, but you can't see the one below. You can't see the one below the text. Okay, now what if I want to see the whole text inside the whole text that is beyond this border, and I want to see all of them by maybe say scrolling it. As I'm scrolling down, I'll be seeing the whole text. So it's very simple. All we have to do is to change this hidden value to scroll. Change it to scroll. It's not scrollable now. You can see the scroll buttons, scroll bar there. So I cannot scroll the text. You can see that. I cannot scroll it up and down. You cannot scroll it up and down. You can see this overflow. This is how to do overflow. Can see now. Let me also do it this way. You can see. Okay. So that is how to do and scroll. That's how the function of the scroll value of overflow. Okay. So that is it. You can use it to do a lot of things that you want. Okay. But what if let me see whether I can get that thing that I want to do by let me say if I remove this text now outside div, which means it will be the div box will be on top, then the text will be outside, which is not what I want. Let me see how that thing will work. Let me see whether it's workable. Let me say I bring this paragraph. Let me grab it, the paragraph and header one. Let me grab it, cut it, and then close the div. I'm not sure it's going to work, but I have to see to it. Let me put it. Okay, if I put it before the div, it will push the div down. The box will go down, then the text will be in the up. Let me see. Control. Say Control V. No. That should be Control V. Okay, I think I've mistakenly wiped it from pressing the long key. Let me use p tag. Say paragraph. Let me say rolling. Let me see what. No, this is not what I want. It's pushing it outside. is pushing the box. I want everything to be within the box, so you can overflow it and add some other things. So the best part is to put the text inside the div element, so it will show within the border. Okay, so you can say Lauren, say Lauren, Lauren, say Lauren 1000, say a whole bunch of tests. Okay, have a lot of tests. You can now scroll as much as you want. You can scroll as much as you want. Okay, so that is it for CSS layout overflow. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one. Thank you.